Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Watson on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. On the return, Jackson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. Now the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, This is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again is Watson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Throwing again. Rivers. And Walker with it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. And Walker has it. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the sack.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. 2 excellent drives for them to start this game, both ending with touchdown passes.
Yeah, they're off and running, even though they finished things off through the air. Gotta like what you're seeing from them so far. Being able to maneuver offense.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. On 1st and 10, Watson. And this is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell back of the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down. Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
16 yards, a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Rivers. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Gostkowski the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. Well, now this pass brought in by Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
It kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with it.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's survived.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Gostkowski with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
To throw again, Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th.
He's got a man, complete. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30. and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got a breakaway from Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Washington. Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense.